Hello and welcome to another video. Today it's gonna be a very American video because yesterday was the Super Bowl, so you know when it's today. And because I have the, what's that, the American Eagle hoodie. And because I got a package, this one right here. Also with made in USA. Yeah, it's my new rear wing from 9 Lives Racing. The thing about 9 Lives Racing is I follow them for a couple of years now, I think. They make aluminium wings, and they made them custom, so you can choose whatever you want. And so I waited until I think it was Black Friday deal is coming up, and then I ordered the wing. Of course, I measured on my car how big it can be, and it's the biggest size possible for the rules I'm racing the car in. And I'm sure you already saw these, and that's where this one right here is gonna be installed. And I'm not sure if that was the right decision, to be honest. I think it's big. Yeah, I hope it fits. I measured it, so if it doesn't fit, it's absolutely my fault, but I hope it does. So let's unpack that stuff and install it and hope for the best. So, I don't know, can you see it? Yeah, you can. Yeah, it fits quite nicely, actually. So my measurements were spot on. The only thing that's not installed yet are these two little things. They go between the two elements of the wing, because now, as you can see, that's not ideal. So they go between these and then make that stable, but I just figured that out. So I'd have to uninstall the end plates, and I don't want to do that right now. So it stays for that for the next couple of hours. It's very stupid. and sorry for that. And it's actually exactly how I planned it. It's as far behind the car as I'm allowed to have it, but I'm gonna measure that in a couple of minutes because, yeah, that's fine. And it's also a little bit above the car, not too much, but just so much that it gets a lot of fresh air and undisturbed air, and so it will generate a lot of downforce. And it's also legal in the class I'm driving because there are certain rules, how far behind the car, how far above the car, and how wide it is, or it's allowed to be. And it is exactly as wide as the car and 15 centimeters, 150 millimeters above the roof. It's a little bit below that, so 145 I think. And it's, I don't know how much behind I'm allowed, but it's exactly that. So very good. And the build quality, I have to say, it's also very, very good. When you buy a carbon fiber wing, it's lighter than these. I would guess mine was maybe half the weight of these, maybe not even that. It's not very much lighter because they aren't very heavy. I think they have some weight. Yeah, I do have the shipping weights. I haven't weighed them myself. The wing is roughly 10 kilograms, 9.9. The gurney flaps, they are not in that. And the double element is 2.2 kilograms. Yeah, that's it. So it's 12 kilograms with a double element wing and big end plates. So that's quite good. If you have a carbon fiber wing made in this or this size, it's maybe 7-8 kilograms. So yes, it's lighter, but it's also much more expensive. My wing, or a carbon fiber wing in that configuration, would be at least twice or 2.5 or 3 times the price I paid for this one. So it's always, if you have the money to spare, and then just go for a carbon fiber wing. But if you don't, or if you like to spend the rest of the money for something else, like a front splitter, because you will need, or we will need, a very big front splitter with this one. And yeah, I don't know how much downforce it will generate, because it will just generate some downforce. We have some calculations made, or we have some, or I've seen some sheets from Nine Lives Racing, how much it is, and I also have a guy who calculates it roughly, because I won't go in the wind tunnel, so we'll never know for sure. And I don't think Nine Lives will give us the data to make it a CFD, or make a CFD test. And I also don't have the data of the car and everything to make a proper CFD analysis. Yeah, it will be, I would, or we guessed, it will be, it even depends on the speed you're driving, obviously. But at 200 kph, it will most likely generate something in the area of 100, 150, maybe 200 kilograms. I know it's a very big difference, but it also differs in angle of attack, because you can set it up. You have a lot of settings. And so we have just to test it. But the GR Yaris is very front heavy. That was the word I was looking for, because you have a lot of the weight on the front axle. So you have 65% of the front on the front axle. So 65% of 1,280 kilograms are 800. Something like this. So a third is on the rear, and so that will be roughly 400 kilograms and 800 at the front, roughly around that. And so it doesn't matter if you have a lot of rear aero, because it's not going to lift up the car, because it's not going to generate 400 kilograms. And if it does generate 400 kilograms of downforce, then it's just going to rip off my hatch. And then we'll know. But I don't think that's going to happen. I guess it's between 100 and 200 kilograms. So that would be quite good. And we also have a front splitter, which will match this one roughly. It always is a little game if you don't have CFD data or don't have a wind tunnel on hand, which I don't have. That's it, basically. If you have any questions about the wing or anything, the stands, the uprights are made or designed from a guy I met, or I wrote to him in in some UK forum, and he sent me the data. We just adapted the uprights a little bit. We made different hole patterns and overall a little bit different design, but the rest is from him. He's, I think, from Taiwan. So it's all produced in Switzerland, but the wing is from the US, and the design of the uprights is from Taiwan, but also a little bit adapted, I think, also in the US. Yeah, he's also in the US, a friend of mine who did the adaptation to this bolt pattern. And now let's have a look at the wing. So, as you can see, 9 Lives Racing. How many did we already use? 3. Alright, so we have a few left. Please don't mind all the stuff lying around. It's a little bit messy at the moment because I have so much work to do, so I'm barely even here. I'm just here in the, what is it now? 9 o'clock in the evening, just to install everything, and then I'm back out again. So that's it. We had to adjust these, or we had to adjust the design of these because the original design was a little bit different. Wait, let me get the 3D printed versions. That was the original design. We couldn't use this obviously because it's completely different than the one from the wing. So we adapted these. We just had these 3D printed and then checked for fitment, and then now it's all billet aluminum. And it's also, the hatch isn't closed yet, so you can see everything wobble a little bit, but it's as sturdy as I hoped it would be. And it looks quite cool. These here, they will get powder coated. Also these, they get powder coated. I think I decided for black. So yeah, so that's it for this video with the rear wing. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And that's it. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good week. Goodbye.